Welcome back. We've recently been considering the teaching found in James chapter 1 regarding God being the Father of lights, who is the giver of every good and every perfect gift. As we saw in meditation number 186, we are exhorted in James chapter 1 verse 5, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. One of the good and perfect gifts from God is wisdom, but it is one for which we need to ask. In the third chapter of his epistle, James picks up on the theme of wisdom and discusses the difference between worldly wisdom and godly wisdom. The wisdom that we have will be exhibited in our prayer lives. We want to read from James chapter 3, beginning at verse 13. Who is wise in understanding among you? Let him show by good conduct that his works are done in the meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter envy and self-seeking in your hearts, do not boast and lie against the truth. This wisdom does not descend from above, but is earthly, sensual, demonic. For where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing are there. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Now the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. In a nutshell, James declares that the wisdom of this world is self-oriented and self-focused. But the wisdom which is from above is other-focused in desiring peace. So I have to ask myself, what does my prayer life look like? Which wisdom pervades my conversations with God? Am I predominantly asking for things for me? Or am I petitioning on behalf of others? Am I asking for things to please my flesh? Or am I asking for things that will cause me to grow in exhibiting the fruit of the Spirit? In Galatians 5, Paul contrasts the works of the flesh and the fruit of the Spirit, which are a result of which wisdom you possess and are seeking. Galatians 5, verses 19 to 23 states, Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness, idolatry, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions, heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness, revelries, and the like, of which I tell you beforehand, just as I told you in time past, that those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Again, then, I must ask myself, which of these two fruits do I predominantly bear in my life? Do I exhibit more of the works of the flesh or the fruit of the Spirit? Paul was pretty clear that those who are exhibiting those works of the flesh, who are living according to the wisdom of this world, who then have this wisdom which is not from above, but is earthly, as James states, sensual, demonic. Those individuals will not inherit the kingdom of God. Those who are Christ's will then to begin to exhibit the fruit of the Spirit. Remember, it is God's purpose, predestined purpose for us to be conformed to the image of Christ. Being such, we will then begin to display more and more the fruit of the Spirit in our lives. We will then seek, as James declared, to not seek to have the wisdom of this world, but rather to have the wisdom which is from above. So I need to humbly and honestly ask myself, which wisdom is being revealed in my life? Am I still portraying and revealing the wisdom which is of the world? If you have called upon the name of the Lord and you're still struggling, then I challenge you to ask God to help you, to confess where you are, because He already knows it, to not deceive yourself, but rather to be a doer of the word, continuing in it, and then to be blessed. Then God will help you, again, in that process of the conformance. Because, again, as we saw in Philippians chapter 1, it is God who works in us, both the will, or Philippians 2. It is God who works in us, both to will and to do of His good pleasure. It is He who began the good work in us, who will continue to perform it to the day of Christ. Take time today to pray, having the boldness to be able to go before Him, and also the genuineness in going before Him, recognizing where you stand in your fellowship and relationship with Him. Confess what needs to be confessed, and have a blessed day.